Good evening. Happy Thursday. Welcome to my live training. I don't think it may work. Hey, will you do me a favor and tell me when you hop on here if that my screen is okay, meaning you're not getting a side version of me like this. It looks like it's okay right now. And it says, congratulations. This is my 100th broadcast. Welcome. So tonight, I'm shifting gears a little bit. I got inspired today to talk about detoxification and how to detox your life. Jennifer Cole, hey, will you do me a favor? Am I sideways like this or am I upright? What's up, Gabe? Just making sure that everything's... What's up, Nick? Am I sideways or is my head straight up? What's up, Melissa Pennington? Hey, Lynn. Yeah, Steve. Chris is out of town at Richard Branson's. So, in Necker Island, so I'm covering for him while he's out making some contacts for us. What's up, buddy? Good to see you today, man. Great results this week. So, let's dig in. I got a new toy. Cody K gave me a new crystal. It's pretty nifty. So, tonight we're going to talk about how to detox your life in 5 steps. Because it's not just about detoxification through your food. You may have some toxic relationships. You may have a chaotic, energetic fields running through your body and through your house that you may be completely unaware of. All right? So tonight we're actually going to get into some specific things because I was thinking about this today and I was like, man, this is a very important topic that a lot of people don't know a lot about. So I'm going to share with you what has been shared with me, things I figured out along the way, and I'm basically going to help you to thrive. And these notes were not sent out, so this is the only copy that I have, right? So let's get started. If this is your first time, just type first timer in the message box so we can make sure you're loved on. Good to see you too, brother. And to make sure that you are taken care of. We have an amazing tribe of veterans here that are extremely authentic, amazing people. So you're in a great place. What's up, El Cid? You're in a great place to connect and to feel secure, which is most important because that's the way we've created it. And we have amazing people that are connected with us. So without further ado, let's talk about some specific things. And my question to you right now is this. What is aging? That's right. What is aging? All right. Aging is very simply when our body has a ton of free radicals that are beating us down and we do not have enough food, nutrition, electrical support, whatever that may be, and we are breaking down faster than we can repair. That's aging in a very simple way, right? Now, with that being said, why is detoxification so important? Okay? Detoxification is extremely important because in today's day and age, we have more chemicals that are being created and pumped into our environment, in our foods, in our lotions, in our water, in our air. You may be going outside sometimes and seeing all the great artistic designs with all the shit that's being pumped in our air. So that is ridiculous. And what I'm here to tell you is this. It's probably not going to go away. So with that being said, what are some things that we can do to thrive? What are some things that we can do to empower ourselves with the necessary wisdom to thrive? To support our families, to support your children if you have any, to support the next generation of human beings coming up underneath us. What can we do to do our part so that we can thrive personally? Because guess what? You cannot give away something that you do not own. If your cup is not full, there's no way in the world that you're going to be able to possibly give it to someone else. So today is all about filling your cup up. I'm going to fill your cup up with some specific things that you can do. And we're going to talk about some specific tactics that you can implement in your life for you to be successful. And if you are committed and interested in that, just type a yes. And let's see where you're at. If you are in, is it Tony Robbins of Health? That's right. It's happening, Steve. It's happening. What's up, Shannon Beach? So, hey, if you have not shared, please do. I appreciate you so much. For those of you that consistently share, I honor you and I'm grateful for you, because it is you that is helping me to get my message out. Not really my message, yes, but God's message through me to support his people. Yes, I have some to do with it because I'm sitting here being a willing body to deliver it. But most importantly, it is him inspiring me with the information that flows through me to you. So it's important for me to be able to connect with as many people as possible. And I appreciate you so much for sharing, because without you, I would not be able to do that. And I'm grateful for you because you're helping a lot of people and you're helping me to get out there further and faster. And that's really the only way that I can support the mass amount of people that I'm looking to. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate it. And thank you, Jennifer Cole. You are always amazing. And thank you so much for the cookies. Chris actually gave me some. What a sweetheart. I would have ate them. All right, so let's get to work. So detoxification is extremely important because here's the deal. If you're not detoxifying on a normal basis, thanks, Gabe, your body is breaking down faster than you can repair it. And let's be honest, if you are living in a polluted environment, you will be the product of it. Just like a human being that is raised in a polluted environment with people that may not be supporting them, that may not be helping them on their growth and their spiritual development, that human being will turn up as a product of its environment until it knows otherwise and makes a conscious choice to do differently. Today is all about understanding those conscious choices so you can do differently. My invitation to you is this: don't ever settle for mediocrity when outstanding is available. And speaking of outstanding, Miss Audrey Nicole just joins us. Give her a hand, ladies and gents. Welcome, Audrey Nicole. Outstanding is available to you. And when I was at Tony Robbins, I made a new commitment to myself to be outstanding. I'm not okay with being average. I'm not okay with being mediocre. And I'm not okay with being good. Great is the enemy of outstanding. So I invite you to figure out what that is for you and to hold yourself to that standard and watch what happens in your life. Hey, dear, it's great. Always great to see you. I appreciate you so much. So detoxification is important because that's what's going to help you to thrive. That's what's going to help you to be healthy. That's what's going to help your vehicle to take you places all over the planet. Healthy, strong, full of vitality, full of energy, so that you can give and support on your highest level that God has intended for you, not for what your brain has intended for you. Mr. Adrian, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. It's been a long time, man. I love you and I appreciate you. I always appreciate you for sure showing up. Outstanding, right? So here's what we're going to talk about, all right? When people are toxic, their immune systems break down. They get overloaded, period, okay? What happens when someone gets sick, that means there's too much toxins in there and the immune system is not able to take care of it. The actual fever that starts up is literally what your body is using to create a defense system. That fever showing up is actually the blessing of God working innately in your body, helping you to deter and reverse whatever it is that you're experiencing. So shutting your fever off sometimes is not a great idea, right? So some other areas that detoxification can impact is your immune system, your sleep, your energy, your mood, and your well-being, right? So, and why is this important? Why, Brian, are you talking about detoxification? Here's why. Most people don't understand it. There's more poisons and toxins on our planet today than there has ever been. There's also more amazing tools available to us that most people have no idea even exist. I consider myself to be extremely blessed. I consider myself to be one of the most blessed people on the planet. With that in mind, I get to work with people who have amazing gadgets and inventions that let me try out their stuff for free. So I come to you and share with you the best of the best from what I've seen. And some of my friends get better things than I do because they're even more connected. So tonight we're going to talk about some of those things, and we're going to talk about what you can do to empower yourself with the truth. Because we all know it is the truth that sets you what? Class? Let's hear it. All caps. And when you put it up there, it's important to understand that there's so much non-truth out there that you must be vigilant. You must practice discernment. You must not fully trust me. You must do your own research and development, because it is that's going to help you to be more educated so you can make decisions that are going to support you and your family. That's why this is important. What's up, Janetta? On top of that is that it's only going to get more impactful with toxins and toxicity. And there are things that are already here on our planet that we can use that will help you to overcome that and for you to thrive. I feel better now at 39 years young than I did when I was 20, for sure. What does that mean? That means that as we grow older, it doesn't necessarily have to be older. It can be wiser and better because of what you're putting into your body is helping your cells to turn over on a faster rate to increase the longevity and vitality and the youthfulness of your DNA by what you're eating and what you are thinking and what you are drinking. Dun, dun, dun. Okay? What's up, Alyssa? So, you literally have the power necessary to thrive, to feel better tomorrow than you do today, to be younger tomorrow than you are today, to sleep better, have more energy, have better sex, have better relationships, whatever that is. Tomorrow could be a better day for what you do today. That's the key. All right? So, here we're going to start talking about now why or ways that you can actually detoxify. I've got it broken down into about 5 categories. And understood, I threw all this list together over the last probably 5 or 6 hours. So there may be some things written out. It wasn't completely elaborate. It was stuff that came off my mind and onto Google Docs. All right? So here we go. The first things to talk about is going to be electrical chaos. Are you familiar with the term electrical chaos? If you are, type a yes. If not, type no. All right, Steve? I wish I knew this when I was 39. I wish I knew this in my 20s. I actually wish that I would have paid attention and started earlier. I would have already been serving 200 million people. Instead, I was partying my ass off, staying up for multiple days, getting in trouble, doing ignorant stuff. That's all right. Today is the day. Okay? All right, so far, question on the table is, there's a few of you who have heard of electrical chaos, and there's a few of you that has not. And for those of newbies that have just popped on, if you have not shared my video, I invite and encourage you to please do so that I can support the people in your life that I cannot connect with because I am not connected with them. Thank you so much. All right? All right, so here we go. Let's talk about some electrical chaos, right? So have you ever heard me talk about a Q disc, meaning Q D-I-S-C. Or maybe if it's backwards for you, it'd be over here, Q-D-I-S-C. Is that right? Q disc. Have you ever heard of a Q disc? If you have, type a yes. If you have not, type a no. That way I know exactly where you're at. Thank you, Huey Lee, for my... It's always the first thing I do. Yeah, you're awesome. My back scratcher. All right, so no on. All right, Alyssa, thanks for that. It's a real thing, Q-disc. All right, question on the table, Q-disc. All right, Adrian, you have not. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for those of you, make sure you write this down. What's up, Rebecca Peters? Welcome. Get your pen and get your paper out because I'm going to share with you some gold and allow me to be completely Brian with you because I have some information that's going to trip you out. What's up, Johnson? Oh, vibes up. Is that another one of those things? All right, so here we go. A Q disc. If I could take my phone and show it to you, I can because I'm on it right now. On the back of my phone, I have a little bitty thing that's about this big. It sticks to my phone. It is a chaos, I would say, synergizer or a chaos eliminator or chaos into coherence. Okay? Chaos is this. When you're on your phone and you don't have one of these gadgets on there, you literally are getting blasted by EMFs, satellites, Wi-Fi's, everything under the sun that you cannot see is going through your body and impacting your electrical nervous system. All right? This is kind of spooky because If you do not have something like that on your phone, you are constantly getting bombarded by electrical frequencies. I've actually heard of people having stories, and actually, I choose to know if this is research. I'm going to share it with you anyway. I'm not 100% factual if this is accurate, although I believe the capacity does exist, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with you, and you do your own research, and I love you, and I vote your victory. So, ladies who have actually someone who is credible did tell me this. I choose to remember who it is, and I'll think about it. Ladies who are having computers in your lap, men as well, the energetic chaos and the blue lights that come off of your computers, off of our gadgets, can impact. Is that the... Yes, I did see that. They can impact your reproductive organs. All right, so it's very serious stuff. Like having a phone consistently in your pocket for my dudes can totally mess with your boys. All right? Sleeping with a phone near your head can totally interrupt your sleep, period. I sleep with my phone on the other side of the room. All right? Now, an EMF eliminator, EMF, electromagnetic frequency, chaos, EMF, that will take all of the stuff that's coming in from outer space and the satellites, and for you to get on your phone and have an amazing conversation with your mom and tell her how much you love her, like all of that stuff. What happens when you have a Q disc on the back of your phone, it will harmonize all of the chaotic stuff that's like an electrical storm that's just blasting your body. Right? So when I first had my Q disc installed on my phone by my coach, we muscle tested me. Anybody familiar with muscle testing? If you're familiar with muscle testing, type a yes. Also known as applied kinesiology. Yes. Okay, so applied kinesiology or muscle testing. Are you familiar with either one of those terms? Look up Q-disc. Google it. Or vibes up, as Audrey says. All right? No on muscle testing. All right, Alyssa, you're going to trip out on this. Okay, this is pretty crazy. See if I can figure out a way to show it to you. So here is an example of muscle testing, all right? The first time I was tested for dyslexia by my 70-year-old chiropractor, who's about half my size, he goes, Brian, come up here to the front of the room. So I went up to the front of the room, and he goes, take this magazine, and you're going to start reading the first line of the sentence verbally, out loud to your classmates. And you're going to hold your arm out like this. And I'm going to push on your arm and apply pressure, and you're going to hold your arm up and you're going to read at the same time. Sounds easy enough? Here we go. So I'm reading out loud. I have my arm out, and my 70-year-old chiropractor, who is, I got mine for $40, so maybe a little bit of difference, but he's pushing on my arm, and he's 70 years old, and he's about 5'5", very frail guy, not in great shape. He's pushing on my arm. My arm is going down. I'm verbally reading the sentence out loud, and I am stuttering and staggering because it's a challenge. We finished the exercise. I noticed, wow, that was interesting. But I had nothing to compare it to yet. I had no contrast. So now he goes, okay, Brian, you are going to use the same sentence. You're going to start from the period, and you're going to read your way backwards to the front of it, and you're going to hold your arm out again, and I'm going to do the same thing. I said, okay. I start reading backwards. I'm holding my arm out. I'm holding my arm out, and I'm reading like it's just a piece of cake. And the whole time he's pushing on my arm, and honestly, my arm was so locked in with strength and certainty, he could have hung off of my arm and picked his feet up off the ground. That's how sturdy and grounded I felt. Now, why is that weird? It's totally weird because when I read forward the correct way the first time, my energy system was completely off. I was weak. I was having a challenge reading. And when I read backwards, totally backwards, I was stronger. I felt stronger. I was like, there is a big difference on those two different experiments. Why? He goes, because you're dyslexic. Interesting. I didn't know this until I was 33. That would make a good point as to why I didn't study a lot or didn't like reading in high school. I read one book in high school called The Shining because it kept my attention. What does that mean? Here's what that means. That means that my electrical system was operating backwards, and I had no idea until he used this experiment and used muscle testing to identify a weak point on my body, to identify that my nervous system was not operating in its full integrity. And then he showed me a little ninja trick to fix it, temporarily. Now, what does that mean exactly for you? Here's what that means. All of these electrical signals that are passing through our body at every second during the day, even when you're asleep in your room at night, you are still getting bombarded with electrical signals. What that means is that it is making an impact on your electrical system. And if you have electrical chaos, you're going to be more edgy. You potentially will have your energetic polarities shifted to where you now get into the dyslexic realm. A lot of people that I know are switched, meaning their polarities are backwards and they're not operating to their full capacity. Now, what does it have to do with the EMF protector? EMF protector takes all the harmonious, all of the waves and all the vibrations and the frequencies, and what's up, Christy Archer? And what happens is it puts them into one coherent energy signature. So then it goes into your body in coherence versus like a tornado or a bull in a china shop. Now, when my coach brought my EMF thing over to put on my phone, he muscle tested me and did the same thing with my phone. We picked up my phone, I called Penny, I held my arm out, he muscle tested me, my arm dropped from being weak, and then we put the little thing on the back of my phone, turned it on, called her again, put my phone out, called her with the EMF device on the back of it, held my arm out, strong as a rock, or an ox. How's that? That's because the electrical signals were not jamming me up. Now, you cannot see these. It's not something you can walk outside and be like, oh, wow, there's these electrical signals. Let's jump over here this way and let's duck underneath. No, these electrical signals are just like radio frequency waves. They go through walls. All right? Now, I also have one of these devices out on my breaker box of my house. This is even more interesting. When we put that thing on my breaker box of my house, I can tell you it took me 3 hours before I got back down to normal. I'll ask about that, Audrey. It took me 3 hours before I was able to get back to normal. Like, what does normal mean? Like, I felt really weird for 3 hours because my electrical box was literally putting out that much electrical chaos in my house I was completely unaware of. So I have one of these EMF protectors on the outside of my box. I have some lava rocks or ash down where the wires come off of the box and ground down into the earth. I have lava ash, which is a negatively charged particle. So it pulls all the positively charged particles off and it closes them off. Positively charged is not good. Negatively charged is an antioxidant or helpful to our body. All right? So that's EMFs. Nuclear receptors. Let's talk about that. So does anyone, Audrey's asking the question right now, does anybody for sure know they have dyslexia that's on our call right now? If you do, I'm going to show you a little trick. I think it will be helpful for you. Like, I have used this trick. It has changed my life. It has also changed the lives of everyone that I've shown it to because of what it allows you to shift and to change. So if you have dyslexia and you notice that you have symptoms of it or if you've had it diagnosed, let's do a little trick. I'm going to show you what to do with that. And I'll show you how to reverse it temporarily with acupressure meridians. Okay? Come back to it. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is nuclear receptors, which is this. Okay, you all see me wear this? My amazing friends over at Pyridine make these. If you would like to get one for yourself, let me know and I'll connect you. So let me see if I can get you a good close-up. All right. That is a purple amethyst stone. All right. The amethyst, I also have one right here too. A lot of times you'll see me carry these. I have them in my pocket consistently. They amplify your vibration. They allow your body to align with the frequency of the stones. Not all stones are good for every person. Every person has a certain level of consciousness or emotional awareness that they're at. So this amethyst stone may not be good for you. We have to muscle test it. Meaning we get to hold your body or put the thought in there and take an intact muscle and push on it to see how your nervous system responds. If this is good for you, you will get stronger. If this is bad for you, you will get weaker. That simple. Makes total logical sense, right? So what happens is, yeah, I spoke with her yesterday. We talked about her going to the Virgin Islands. Awesome. No, we didn't. I talked to you, Janetta. That's why I was getting Virgin Islands. What's up, Reba? Welcome aboard. All right, so check it out. So here's what happens, all right? So energies are constantly coming towards us, period. There's no way around them. Hey, Reba, welcome. So when energies come towards us, the purpose of this device is this. And if you actually go to Pyradine, pyradyne.com, you can watch a little 2 to 3 minute video on this. This piece of machinery right here was produced by Dr. Fred Bell. He has passed. This is a mixture of Palladian technology, which is alien technology, and NASA technology. All right, so allow me to explain this. When an energy comes towards me, anything, pollution, light, emotions, whatever, that energy goes through the amethyst stone. It goes around this thing, and there is 144 pyramids set up here, and I'm not sure if you can see this or not. Message me, Reba, and I'll get you set up. They're set up in a Fibonacci sequence, which means they get from smaller to or from larger to smaller out. Everything. Fibonacci sequence is dramatically is inputted naturally through God's design in a lot of our stuff on the planet. So this is set up in a PYRA. PYRADYNE. Let's see if we can get it. If you would like to get a necklace, let me know and I'll get you set up. But you can go on their website and check out the little video that I'm telling you about, because this will explain this. This takes free radicals and transforms them into an energy that my body can use. And here's what happens. Energy goes through the stone. It goes around the actual disc. What's up, Anitra? There's 144 pyramids in there set up as a Fibonacci sequence and set up in a scalar wave. What happens, they come out the back of this hole, and that energy that was harmful goes through the process. It comes out the back, and now it's no longer harmful to my body. And it actually energizes me. I can tell you that when I first started using this, I'll tell you this. When I first got introduced to this back in Dallas about 3 years ago, 2 years ago probably, my friend used these. Have you ever seen any of these? They're called dowsing rods, right? These have been used since the beginning of time. They've been used to, they've been used to find people. They've been used to find water. They've been used to find all kinds of stuff. These pick up psychic or electrical energies, all right? Now, here's the cool part. When I first got introduced to these and this necklace, here's what happened. My friend says, all right, Brian, let's test your auric or your aura field. Your aura field, everyone has one. I'm not talking woo-foo. This is all measurable stuff that you can easily find out about, right? An aura is how far your energetic field projects off of your body. It's measurable, meaning I could walk up to you right now and say, okay, where's Audrey? So what happens is you can control these by asking it questions. If I was standing in front of you with these right now, depending upon how far you are away from me, once I hit your auric field, they would go open. Once I walk back and your auric field gets further enough away from me, these will close off. All these do is measure energy. So here's what happened. My friend measured my auric field with no necklace on. She went back about 3 foot. Okay? Then she goes, okay, put your hands in a prayer position. So I put my hands in a prayer position. She pulled out the dowsing rods. She literally had to go back another 10 foot before these things would start to close. That means that my auric field energetically, with my hands in the prayer position, was extending out another 10 foot on top of my normal auric fields. Why is that important? When you're praying, you're literally amplifying your vibration. So you're transmitting a higher frequency, higher powered signal. Okay? Now, here's the next cool part. I've already had 2 other necklaces. This is my 3rd one. My first necklace was gold with a blue topaz stone because that's where my body was at emotionally. We tested other ones and nothing tested right. These tested strong. My gold and blue one tested strong for me, right? So she goes, okay, put the necklace on. And then we did the dowsing rods again. And you're probably never going to believe this. As soon as I put the necklace on, she stood in front of me. She went back 10 foot already. She went back another 10 foot. And then she went back another 10 foot. And these things finally started to close. What does that mean? That means without me doing anything, because the necklace was amplifying my already auric field that was present, it was amplifying my projection of energy 30 foot. What that means is anybody within 30 foot would feel my electrical energies if they were tuned into what was going on. Super fascinating. All right. I'll type it when we're done with the training because I can't type notes right now. I will type notes and I'll tell you what website to go check out. Matter of fact, I'll just copy the video and post it in the group so you can go back and watch it. So you can literally see what I'm talking about. Now understand something. Let me give you a little bit of background on Dr. Fred Bell because he is amazing. Dr. Fred Bell was picked up by NASA, by the government, when he was 17 years old. He was the one who produced and made the Manchurian Candidate technology. Its original use was not for brain control or mind control. It was for addiction control. So what happened was he went in and started working for the government and he started producing all kinds of stuff. He worked on putting spaceships into orbit. He worked on nuclear technologies, the Manhattan Project, like everything you could talk about that was super top classified, he was involved in. Now, what he also did because of this is he developed some other things for us to keep us protected as these type of other forces started to come into our life because it's inevitable. The government's using them. It's just a matter of you're aware of it and if you can protect yourself with the proper tools and things that are out there. This being one of them. Palladium technology, which is alien technology, and NASA technology. What's up, Missy? Hey, Lisa. So is there any questions on that before I move to the next part? I'm about to shut it off for the night. But is there any questions specifically on necklace for a second? Talked about some pretty interesting stuff. In my opinion, talking about energy and ways to manage it and ways to amplify it and ways to measure it is super cool because you can't see it. In my opinion, energy by far is the most powerful substance on the planet, in my opinion. Oh yeah, let's talk about my pendulum. Great job. All right, so here you go. Here's my pendulum. This is another amazing tool because I can use this to determine whether my body likes a certain food or whether it does not. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it stop first, and I'm going to ask it a question internally without saying anything verbally, and it's going to move. Okay? So, it's not moving now. And now it's moving. and I am completely dyslexic right now. So I asked it to show me a yes, and it goes backwards. It goes counterclockwise, which means no. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I reverse my dyslexia when it shows up temporarily. I'm going to show you the acupressure points. I'm going to show you exactly what I do, and then we're going to go back and test it. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it, right? So, number 1. Can you see that way? No. Let's go this way. All right, so here's what I'm going to do first, because there's a couple ways to do this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I would do with no pendulum. All right, this is how I would determine if my body is functioning optimally or not. First thing I would do is put my feet straight. I'll stand here and I'll say, show me a yes. And my body goes backwards automatically. And I don't even have to say it verbally. I'm saying it verbally so you understand the process. So right now, I'm going to show you one more time. Show me a yes. Show me a yes. Okay, so as soon as I do that, my body kicks back. And all I'm doing is I'm using another system to validate what I just figured out with my pendulum. Now I'm going to show you how to shift it. All right? So anyone who has had dyslexia and reading challenges, concentration challenges, any of that, this will apply directly to you. All right? So here you go. Your first hand is going to go on your belly button. It doesn't matter which one. Just put it there. Next one is this. You're going to take your fingers. I use my thumb and my middle finger, my God-given strength finger. And I will put them right in between my rib spots and the fleshy part. Right there. All right? Very wide. I'll push on it for 1 to 2 seconds. Take the same hand. My hand is still on my belly button. I will do this for 2 seconds. I'll take my index finger and I will put it like right on my coccyx bone. Like, here, let me adjust this so you can see it. Belly button, hand still on my belly button. I'll take my finger and put it right on my coccyx bone, not in your bung hole. It's coccyx bone. All right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to recheck myself and I'm going to say, show me yes. Show me yes. All right. So what I just did is I tested myself. And I'll say, all right, show me a yes. My body goes forward. Now check it out. All right, so here you go. Now, I'm not going to say anything out loud. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to stop it from moving. All right. Now it's going clockwise, which means that I have switched my polarities back and I totally can feel a difference and a shift in my body. Now, to you, how amazing was that? Or was it crap? Or you're like, I don't know about this, Brian. You get a little bit out there. Doesn't matter. I can tell you that this stuff is very real. The faster you can learn to use it in your life, the faster you can upgrade your life in quantum levels. Not acknowledging it is being ignorant, and ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is pain. All you're doing is tapping into spirit, to God, using devices to measure. So when I'm going to the grocery store, I totally can hold the food in my hand, making sure that I'm functioning appropriately, meaning making sure my yes is going clockwise versus counterclockwise. So I can hold the food in my hand, and my body will tell me, yes, I like it, or no, I don't. And if it doesn't, then I get to switch to food. Like if there's 3 different brands, I can put my finger on 1, test it, put my finger on 2, test it, put my finger on 3, test it, yes. Say, for example, you're having a supplement. If you're having a supplement and there's dosages, if your body tests yes on the supplement first, then what you can do is say, okay, of this supplement, how many should I take? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it literally will start going yes when you hit the number. Now, here's something even more amazing. I can create an amazing chart because I've already done it with this before, mentally, imagery, or I can have it drawn out on paper. Say, for example, this is a piece of paper. and then we were to draw a line down here, and we would put a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like a pie. And I were to say, okay, this orange, how much energy is it going to give me from 0 to 10? It literally will start going, or it won't go in a circle. It'll hit a number. How nuts is that? Pendulum is absolutely a fascinating piece of device that you can use to tap into your higher self, to make better choices, to get better information, to get clear on objectives, to get clear on outcomes, to get clear on directions and action steps. So that's all I got for tonight, ladies and gents. I'm going to go hang out with my daughter for a bit. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight. Hopefully you got some good value out of tonight. Because I can tell you that there is a ton of amazing stuff out there. I carry my pendulum daily too. Most of the time it's in my pocket. We'll talk about glasses just for a second. So if you notice these glasses, you notice I never used to use glasses. These are not for aesthetics. These are yellow. See that? I have probably 4 or 5 lights on right now, so lighting is good and so that we can connect. And I'm in front of my computer a lot during the day. So the last thing I would really like to do is have blue lights blasting my eyes that are affecting my pineal gland, that are totally affecting the circadian rhythm of my body. This will mess you up. It will mess your circadian rhythms up so you can't sleep. It will mess you up hormonally. It will mess you up lots of different ways. So if you're in front of a computer a lot, you definitely need to get some glasses for your health. That's the reason why I got them. How did I select my pendulum? My coach told me to get it, and I'll leave the website on there so you can get that too, Anitra. So, all right, so I'll leave the Paradigm website on the notes, and I'll also leave Hannah's Flower Shop so you can get a pendulum. And there's different sources. Audrey, will you do me a favor and put your source on there too? Mine's a stainless steel one. They have different ones. They have different rose ones, crystal ones, whatever. Just find one that works for you and try it out and practice with it. So that's all I got. Have an amazing night. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I will see you back on Monday. Chris will be back this week. So Tuesday we'll be back on Chris, and Thursday we'll be back on Chris. I appreciate you and honor you for allowing me to step in and cover for him, and for you investing your time with me. If there's anything I can do to support you and you require some questions, or you're looking to get serious about your health and wellness, let's chat. I would love to connect with you and figure out how I can support you. So have an amazing day. And remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Bye-bye.